4C's, which is the communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity, which are these all skills are needed in order to succeed in today's world. Not only these skills important to have on their own, but by combining all of these skills, learners are empowered to solve their own problems, work together, and come up with solutions. So, it is important to encourage development in all of these areas to help set the learners up for success in schools and their future workplace. So, what are the 4C's and how can we teach them to the learners? Communication, sharing thoughts, ideas, and questions. It's vital to inform learners that communication can take many different forms. One of these is non-verbal indicators like hand gestures and facial expression that can also be used to communicate in addition to verbal language. But knowing that today we live in such a digital world, it is essential to teach learners to be responsible in digital space navigations. That's why it's much easier at the same time harder to communicate in this modern world. Technology has provided more convenient ways to communicate, but sometimes the various ways can become overwhelming. Why? Because without effective communication, there is no way to get anything done inside the classroom or anything anywhere, which is why this is essential 21st century skill that learner must be able to effectively analyze and process the overwhelming amount of communication in their lives today. The power of modern media and the prevalence of communication technologies in all aspects of life makes teaching strong communication skills even more essential. Collaboration, working together to reach a common goal. It is all about putting ability, skills, intelligence to use while working together to achieve a goal. And because we are in the modern world, technology has made collaboration easier, similar to what it has done with communication. In fact, technology advances collaboration by making previously impossible forms, cooperation turns into possible. Collaboration is one of the first C's for 21st century skills because as society is increasingly interconnected, it will emerge to become an essential skills. Most work paths entail some sort of collaborative effort. That's why it is essential that students or learner begins to develop their problem-solving skills and approach problems where the bigger context affects more people than just themselves. Learning how to view someone else's perspective or viewpoint might be it takes a lot of practice to learn these skills. Being a successful collaborator requires the ability to communicate with, learn from, and share with others as well as explain oneself to others. Most significantly, students interact with another in classroom more when they are willing to collaborate and share original ideas. Working in collaborative group can assist learners to develop leadership and group decision-making ability as well as better their social skills and their ability to work cooperatively towards team achievement. Critical thinking, looking at problems in a new way in today's world where we can get information at click of a button. A large part of critical thinking is being able to look at information and decide if it's credible or not. Critical thinking includes problem solving, working through things like puzzles that challenge the brain, and simply asking why. Students can find the truth in claims by using critical thinking, especially when it comes to differentiating facts from opinion. Students learn more when they use critical thinking than merely set of facts or data. Instead, students learn how to conduct their own independent research to find the information. They pose inquiries. They start to take an interest in their surroundings. They foster critical thinking in others. That might be aspect of critical thinking that is most vital. once students master it, their peers catch on quickly. The ability to think critically prepares learners for a life of independence and critical thought, whether develop it through online activities or by simply asking why in everyday experiences. Critical thinking means looking at problems a new way and integrating learning across areas and fields. Critical thinking has always been a vital skill, just like the preceding two concepts were in every century and profession. But for critical thinking has shifted as a result of technology. The more basic jobs like memorizing are considered worthless by the technology. That's why technology frees up more time for us to focus on higher order cognitive skills. But it's all too simple to assume that technology performs our thinking for us. No matter how advanced the computer, it is meaningless without a person teaching it what to do and critically evaluating the outcomes in order to succeed in 21st century. Creativity, trying new approaches to solve problems. Being creative is often thought of when learners have an artistic or musical inclination, but it is so much more than that. Creativity simply means thinking outside the box, and that can be in any area. Creativity can be taught and fostered by encouraging learning to try new things and by creating safe space for them to express themselves. Creativity is trying new approaches to get things done through innovation and invention. The 21st century is a fun time to be creative. Thanks to technology, not only are the traditional ways of creating creativity still available, but there are tons of new possibilities. Instead of just painting a picture, you can animate it or arrange a piece of music on a computer without ever learning how to play an instrument. All that said, it's still up to you to put things through the creative process. But it's up to you to utilize both your own thinking power and the technology to hunt to get the creative project done. While creativity is often treated like you have to eat or you don't quality, students can learn how to be creative by solving problems, creating systems, or just trying today you haven't tried before. Technology is constantly emerging around us and expected to be part of every student's learning experience. Technology can guide students toward thinking critically about what they are learning, building interpersonal communication skills, working more effectively with teams, and creating and innovating new ideas, concepts, and products. The 4C's go hand in hand with each other, and learners need to be equipped with these skills in all four areas to help them succeed in their future. Hiring managers and employers seek out candidates with these skills, so it's important to instill them in our youth early on.